Caitlin Clark finished up one of the most remarkable years of basketball playing in quite some time.
In a move that sent shockwaves through the basketball universe, Caitlin Clark finally spoke out, breaking a week-long silence that had fans spiraling with theories and doubt. Rumors about her WNBA future had reached a fever pitch. Then suddenly, she took to Instagram and dropped a bombshell about her next move. But what exactly did she say?
He just absolutely did it all and became a magnet for attention and an icon for sports fans, certainly little girls, certainly mine as well, playing her basketball and watching her play.
The basketball world stood frozen. Caitlin Clark's Instagram had been a ghost town ever since the Fever's bitter playoff exit. Whispers turned into debates. Was she coming back? Was her record-breaking rookie season only the beginning? Or was she done for good? Maybe a new league? A different sport entirely? Each silent day cranked up the pressure. Then, on October 2nd, the silence broke. Clark's heartfelt post radiated gratitude for her rookie journey and shook the entire WNBA landscape. But what did it really mean for the Indiana Fever? And what could her decision signal about the league's future? Buckle in, because this is just the beginning.
Make no mistake, Caitlin Clark is doing things beyond her years.
Clark's Instagram post was only the surface. Beneath her carefully composed message lay a season that redefined what's humanly possible on the court. How could one rookie rewrite the very essence of basketball? On October 2nd, 2024, her post ignited the internet. Year 1. Check. Thank you to everyone who's helped me live my childhood dream. With that single line, she confirmed what millions had been praying for. Caitlin Clark wasn't going anywhere. But why was this season so legendary? Because it wasn't just about stats, it was about shattering history. She obliterated a jaw-dropping 62 records in her debut year. 62. Each milestone wasn't just an achievement, it was a declaration, a warning. And with every shattered expectation, she transformed from rookie to revolution. But this storm of dominance was only just beginning.
One of the greatest years of basketball with work put in by anybody ever.
Statisticians were left stunned, completely out of superlatives. Clark's numbers weren't just strong for a rookie, they were elite for anyone. She averaged 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, 5.7 rebounds, and 1.3 steals per game. But what stood out even more? Her record-breaking 337 assists, the most ever in a single WNBA season. And yet that was only the start. Clark pulled off something no freshman had ever achieved. Not one, but 2 triple-doubles. Then came the mind-blower, 19 assists in a single game, smashing yet another record. Her vision, timing, and sheer artistry were on another level. But the impact stretched beyond stat sheets. Caitlin didn't just boost the Fever, she resurrected them. The franchise had been gasping for air for years. Under her leadership, they clawed their way to a 2020 finish, their first 20-win season since 2015. But the crowning moment, she dragged them into the playoffs, snapping a long, painful drought. Still, one question echoed. How far could she carry them next?
That's our goal.
It's our goal to get to the playoffs.
Our goal is to be in the playoffs. Our goal is to just continue to be competing for a championship.
Caitlin Clark didn't just dominate the scoreboard, she ignited a movement. Her explosive performances weren't only winning games, they were winning hearts. Stadiums once half empty were suddenly packed. Clark jerseys became impossible to find. And overnight, the Indiana Fever transformed from forgotten to can't-miss television. Her influence was deeper than stats. She unlocked her teammates, bending defenses and creating chaos with every possession. The awards flooded in like an unstoppable current. WNBA Rookie of the Year? Unanimous? Her all-star selection? She topped the voting charts. In a league full of veterans and legends, Clark stood toe-to-toe, and often above, proving she didn't just belong, she thrived. But her rise wasn't just about talent. It was about charisma, connection, and a spark that couldn't be taught. Still, with so much glory, the pressure was only just beginning.
Caitlin Clark is way better, way sooner than anybody thought.
What made Clark's rookie campaign almost mythical wasn't just what she did, it was how she did it. The hype was deafening when she entered the WNBA, but instead of crumbling, she delivered. And then some. Her composure under pressure? Ice cold. Her ability to shine in do-or-die moments? Legendary. That kind of nerve earned her comparisons to basketball royalty, Larry Bird, Pete Maravich, Steph Curry, even Michael Jordan. But beyond the jaw-dropping highlights and cold-blooded daggers, Clark accomplished something far greater. She redefined the rookie ceiling. What she achieved in year one wasn't a fluke, it was a reset. A first-year bar so sky-high it feels almost cruel to those who come after. Now, every future rookie will be judged against the impossible standard she set. But legends aren't born under ease. They're forged in chaos. And Clark's storm? It hadn't passed yet. It was just beginning to swirl darker.
But she also did it with the spotlight on her at a very young age. Fame is hitting this young lady's life. And very, very rarely did I see a misstep or something that I wouldn't want to show my daughter. Literally every step of the way, it's just like, watch her, watch how she plays, watch how she handles her business.
With every viral highlight, Caitlin Clark's spotlight grew brighter. But so did the shadow it cast. Her meteoric rise made her a target. And now the league's most electrifying rookie was about to face something she couldn't shoot her way out of. The playoff stage was set. The lights were blinding. And just when Clark was ready to make her postseason mark, chaos struck. During a critical showdown with the Connecticut Sun, a play that seemed harmless turned sinister. A hand reached out, contact to the eye, and suddenly Clark was down. No whistle, no foul. Just stunned silence and disbelief. The incident sparked immediate backlash. What was supposed to be her crowning playoff moment turned into something darker, something unsettling. And as she struggled to get back up, the question burned. Was it just a mistake or something far more deliberate?
Everyone else is seeing this angle. I'm calling her in and I'm saying to her, I need answers.
A storm of outrage erupted. What had started as a single moment on the court became the spark that ignited a league-wide inferno. Analysts froze the footage frame by frame. Fans debated furiously online. Was it accidental, or was there intent? The moment became bigger than basketball. It became a symbol. USA Today's Christine Brennan took it further, questioning the motive behind the poke. That commentary set off a chain reaction, drawing the attention of the WNBA Players Association. And just like that, Clark's playoff saga exploded into a full-blown controversy.
You went and kind of swatted at Caitlin. Did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me. But no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her. So obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am.
But that eye poke, that was just the beginning. Here's something that'll make your jaw drop. Caitlin Clark absorbed 177% of all flagrant fouls called across the entire league. Let that number sink in. Out of 144 WNBA players, one took the brunt of the punishment. And that doesn't even include the uncalled ones. Had officials blown the whistle every time, that number might have doubled. Now here's where it gets even more twisted. Over 80% of those flagrant fouls, they came from one team, the Chicago Sky, a team whose head coach recently fired. But somehow when Clark gets slammed, there's no call. Yet the moment she taps the rim padding, boom, instant technical. And before you shout, "Rule book," there's footage of Diana Taurasi doing the exact same thing. No whistle, no tech. So the question echoes louder than ever. Why does officiating seem to play by a different set of rules when it comes to Caitlin Clark?
Show you. Let me show you.
He picks off the pass, and Diana Taurasi.
Look at that. Bro, she just did the same exact movement as what Clark did, except Clark hit it lower. Diana did it straight on and loud.
He picks off the pass, and Diana Taurasi, they'll count the bucket. And one coming up for DT.
Right in front of the rest, blatantly not even acting on it.
As Clark's stardom exploded, so did the shadows around it. With fame came the darkest corners of online hate. But here's what made her legendary. She never flinched. While chaos brewed around her, Clark kept her focus razor sharp. Her ability to thrive under relentless pressure earned admiration from teammates and opponents alike. But her season didn't just spark headlines, it exposed a bigger truth. Clark's story revealed the tangled web of modern sports fame, the glory and the gut punches. On one hand, she brought fresh eyes and excitement to the WNBA. On the other, she became a lightning rod for criticism, hostility, and bias. But every blow seemed to forge her stronger. The infamous eye poke, just one of many turning points in a larger conversation, one about safety, fairness, and the price of greatness. And through it all, one thing became crystal clear. Caitlin Clark wasn't breaking. She was building a legacy.
Yeah, I think just being competitive is who I am. It's what I've done my whole career. I think at times there's ways I can probably channel it a little bit better, but that's just basketball at the end of the day. No, that's never gonna change. I'm never gonna lose that. I feel like I'm getting hammered. I don't know. I appreciate Christy getting a tech too. Like, I don't know.
While the public obsessed over drama and controversy, something revolutionary was happening beneath the surface. A transformation unlike anything the WNBA had seen in 27 years. The question wasn't if Clark was changing the game. It was how far her reach extended. What was it about this one rookie that pulled in both die-hard hoopheads and casual fans who barely knew the rules? The answer? The Caitlin Clark effect. Her game electrified, sure. But her presence? That's what shifted the tectonic plates of women's sports. She didn't just draw crowds. She moved culture. Suddenly, the WNBA wasn't just a league. It was a phenomenon. And Clark was the epicenter. But what did the numbers say? You're not going to believe this.
And the Fever are going to be over 200,000 higher than the next highest total attendance in league history.
Clarkonomics, my friend.
Let's break it down by the numbers. And they're nothing short of historic. In Caitlin Clark's rookie year, 21 of her televised games drew over 1 million viewers each. That wasn't a ratings bump, it was a revolution. The WNBA, once fighting for consistent airtime, suddenly had primetime energy. Why? One name: Caitlin Elizabeth Clark. The Indiana Fever, previously overlooked and nearly forgotten, became the most watched team in the league. But this wasn't just about screens. It was about seats. The Fever set an all-time WNBA attendance record, averaging over 17,000 fans per home game. Now pause. This was the same team that had the second worst attendance just 1 year before. The shift was seismic. Clark didn't just change her team's fortunes, she flipped the script for an entire sport. And the Fever wasn't contained. To Indiana. When they hit the road, opponents scrambled to book bigger arenas just to contain the demand. The WNBA had become must-see, and Caitlin Clark was the magnet. But was this surge sustainable, or just the beginning?
NBA has seen record-breaking numbers this season in viewership, ticket sales, merch sales, and just overall growth of the league.
Caitlin Clark didn't just take over the court, she took over the culture. With over 2.9 million Instagram followers, Clark skyrocketed beyond basketball and became a global icon. But it wasn't just her. highlight reels, or scoring explosions that made her shine. It was how she elevated everyone around her. Her game? A blend of surgical precision and fearless execution. Her court vision? Borderline telepathic. The Fever shattered their own assist record, and Clark was the architect. She didn't just put up points. She created opportunities, ignited chemistry, and made her teammates look unstoppable. Analysts drew comparisons that once felt untouchable. Michael Jordan, they said, not just because of her skill, but because of her power to transform the league, the same way Jordan did with the NBA in the 90s. The numbers? They back it up. Clark's playoff debut pulled in an average of 1.84 million viewers, the most for a WNBA playoff game since the 2000 finals. And then came Game 2. A jaw-dropping 2.5 million tuned in, shattering the record set just days earlier. But was this a fluke, or a movement in the making? Because one thing was now clear. Caitlin Clark wasn't just playing the game, she was rewriting it.
What Caitlin Clark has done for the game is generational, and I just, as a baller to a baller, I just want to say thank you to you, Caitlin Clark.
Absolutely.
For just lifting our game up, you and so many great players. But what you're doing, you're going to make all these women multimillionaires one day, like Tiger did, like Michael Jordan did, and we shouldn't hate on her. We should celebrate her, not tolerate her.
What's even more staggering than Clark's personal milestones is the ripple effect she triggered across the league. Her rise wasn't just a Fever phenomenon, it was a WNBA-wide awakening. Every team felt the aftershock. Fan engagement surged, arenas buzzed, and social media exploded. Clark's magnetic pull brought millions into the women's basketball universe, many for the first time. As WNBA legend Tamika Catchings put it, Clark didn't just revive a struggling franchise, she reignited an entire city. Her influence reminded many of the game-changing force Magic Johnson and Larry Bird were in the 80s. Catchings wasn't speaking in metaphors. She was describing a revolution. And just like those NBA legends did decades ago, Clark now had the momentum to change women's sports forever. But could she sustain it?
I think it can't be overstated enough, like what she did to bring eyes to that sport. Whether people want to admit it or not, it's just a fact.
As the confetti settled and the record books were rewritten, a new wave of speculation swept in. Was Clark a one-season wonder, or the foundation of a dynasty? Her long-awaited Instagram post offered a clue. Just 7 words. See you all in year 2. Short, powerful, electric. And with that, Caitlin Clark set the basketball world ablaze once more. Her message confirmed what fans had hoped and competitors feared. She's back. But what does this really mean for the Fever and the WNBA? Clark's rookie season wasn't just historic, it was transformative. Her presence didn't just win games, it filled arenas, sold jerseys, and ignited national conversations. Now, with a full off-season, to train and a chance to build chemistry with her squad, expectations for year 2 aren't just high, they're skyrocketing. As opening night inches closer, the buzz gets louder. Can Clark not only match her record-shattering debut, but surpass it? The answer might just redefine the league. Forever.
Caitlin Clark is a superstar. Not a female superstar, she is a superstar.
We were coming to see Caitlin Clark play.
She moves the needle. The WNBA has been looking for someone who moves the needle.
The reason excitement is boiling. Over for year 2? It's not just Caitlin Clark. It's the super team in the making forming around her. At the heart of it all stands Aaliyah Boston, 2023 Rookie of the Year. Together, they're a powerhouse duo. Clark's pinpoint vision feeding Boston in the post like clockwork. Add in the explosive shooting of Kelsey Mitchell, a proven all-star, threat, and the underrated sharp shooting of Lexi Hull, now the most accurate three-point shooter in the league. And what you get is a core destined to dominate. Clark's unselfish style unlocks them all. Whether it's whipping laser passes to Boston in the paint or drawing defenders off the perimeter to open up Mitchell and Hull, Clark's leadership orchestrates it all. And here's the wild part. This team's just getting started. With a full off-season, deeper chemistry, and higher expectations, the Fever are gearing up for something bigger. A WNBA golden era built around youth, unity, and unstoppable talent. But this isn't just about stats. This is about legacy. As Nancy Lieberman said, what Caitlin Clark has done for this game is generational. She's not only elevated the Fever, she's rewritten the future of women's sports. Viewership, shattered records. Attendance, historic highs. Impact, unmatched. And now with year 2 on the horizon, we ask, how far can she go? The journey from college phenom to WNBA sensation has only just begun, and the basketball world is watching. Breath held, eyes wide, waiting for the next chapter in what feels like destiny. Will she raise the bar even higher? Will the Fever become the team to beat? One thing's certain. History isn't done being written. It's just getting warmed up. Like, subscribe, turn on all notifications, and we'll see you in the next one.